I had a passion for forex. The main reason why I loved forex was because the domino effect on the economics that affect it just fascinated me. I just loved how, you know, one thing that would happen in Canada or something would happen in Saudi Arabia could affect the pound, even though there was no direct link there. And to me, it was like a puzzle. You know, how is this going to affect a currency? How is this going to affect the dollar? You know, why is there a connection there? My main passion around the technical analysis is the way you can physically see what traders are doing. You can physically see other traders wanting more of that asset or not wanting more of that asset. And each story is printed right there on the chart. There are a number of stages that a new beginner is going to go through. You will need to understand what a broker is and what a trading platform does. So start there and just explore. Read stuff about how to download a platform and, you know, practice and play around with a demo account. The second thing that a beginner will need to understand is how a price chart works. Start with, you know, what are you looking at? What is a Japanese candlestick? What does it tell you? Understand that there are certain times where you'll see a price chart or the price on the price chart just stop for a reason and then go back down. And that's what we call, you know, support and resistance. Understand these basic things of what's happening on the price chart. You'll get more technically adept as you go on. You'll learn more, but don't try and rush it. And then the third thing is to understand why the price of an asset moves. Of course, we all know it's supply and demand, but what would cause the shift in supply and demand? If you just take these three things in the beginning, take things slowly and break those down into chunks, then that's a great start, a great base to then add to for the rest of your trading career. So the best place a beginner can go on the Tradimo website is the beginner strategy. We looked at many strategies, and the beginner strategy for us was the perfect solution for a beginner because it goes step by step through each of these aspects. So it teaches you, first of all, how to determine whether a market is more likely to go up or to go down. It then allows you to find the right moment to buy or sell. It teaches you how to enter a pending order. It teaches you how to manage the pending order. And there are certain trading techniques that it actually incorporates without you knowing. So for example, the breakthrough of previous price levels. It teaches you how to understand that when you get a breakthrough of a particular support resistance level, it's likely to go on further. It teaches you multiple time frame analysis. And the biggest thing that the beginner strategy gives you is an all-encompassing way to go from knowing absolutely nothing in the markets to be able to put your first trade on. And that takes a very short amount of time. We don't just offer strategies and our lessons, we also offer a complete learning community. So I would also tell a beginner to go to our forum and interact with others. There are a lot of psychological pressures on new traders when they first start out, and sometimes it takes a while to understand that. But what helps is to talk to other traders, to interact with winning traders in the community, to interact with other people that are going through the same things they're going through. If you read one of our news pieces, we'll tell you that there could be an interest rate change and that could affect the market, but we'll tell you why. So that when you start reading financial reports and you start reading other news services, you can start to understand the mechanisms of the economics out there that will, you know, affect different prices. As you're progressing through your learning and you get past the beginner strategy and you go on to more advanced concepts such as the advanced beginner strategy module, which will teach you how to let your profits run. You'll start understanding some of the principles of trading that make success. There are many lessons that will teach you on new indicators, new techniques of trading, and you know, there are many strategies that we've put online so that people can test and try different ways of trading to suit themselves. Because ultimately, where this all leads to is that trading's a very, very personal thing. Because trading's not about any single trade. It never will be. It's about a series of trades that you continually take, and the principles of successful trading are simple. If you are able to hold on to your profits when they occur and cut your losses short very quickly when the trade's moving against you, then over a series of trades, you'll make money. The hardest thing for new traders to grasp is the responsibility of putting on a trade. They're thinking about not the signals that the markets are giving them or what the market's telling them, but they will be focusing on the money that they could potentially lose. And so if the trade starts going against them, they're likely to close it just to see the profits, the trade take off and would have hit their profit target a few minutes later or a day later. And that lies the problem, because they haven't accepted the risk. They haven't said to themselves, that is the money I'm putting on this trade, and I'm now walking away from this trade. Of course, you'll have to manage. You may have a system where you move your stop loss in favor, but until you actually understand that you are really responsible for risking a certain amount of your account, you're not going to be able to break through that barrier. In trading, it's exactly the same as any other profession. You know when you're an expert, when you understand that you still need to learn, even though your technique is working, because there are many, many traders that have success at some point and they are elated and it's great. But then for some reason they stop winning. And that's because they need to refine, the market conditions have changed and they need to learn something new. They need to refine their technique. And so they will be the guys that understand that they're doing well now, but they will still need to be aware of things that could happen and act accordingly. It may be that you are in a booming market and most economies are doing very well, and that can change overnight to a recession. There could be a financial crisis. And each of these shifts make the supply and demand completely change for a particular asset, and they can change on a daily basis. And how you react to that market will also change.